Hey, welcome back guys, Ruckus here. You are on the macOS build once again for some more Blitz action. We've got 3 games today, all in tank destroyers, tiers 6, 7 and 8. Not really showcasing anything, in fact some of these games are complete whitewashes. I just needed some material to go behind my voice while I talked. So, talking about last episode, it was the macOS, the first video I'd shot on that platform and shown off. Had a few issues, as we might recall, some problems with the controls, some problems with the zoom, some questions about the matchmaker. Not just me that had questions, you all seem to have varying opinions of what's going on there. The controls themselves are getting better. I am starting to get used to it. Definitely not any good still. I'm still struggling. My win rate is in a steady decline at the moment. We're not going to see much outstanding gameplay from me for quite a while on this platform. But the controls are becoming more... well, they were familiar to start with, but I'm getting used to them. The zoom is still a problem. I can get around the fact that it now zooms in wherever the mouse is pointing. It doesn't catch me out that often these days. But I'm still having issues with the fact that the zoom doesn't reset to minimum zoom when you pull out to third person and then go back in later on. If you are maxed in with your zoom in sniper mode, you pull out with shift, when you go back into sniper mode, it'll be maxed again to start with. And if you're targeting players from a distance, it's not so bad, but if you're up close and personal, yeah, it makes things tough and it does still catch me out. You might also recall that I was having issues telling whether auto aim was turned on or off. A lot of you guys were aware that it's actually a solid semi-circle ring around the reticule that is the indicator that auto aim is on. I've changed that. I've been delving into the files on the desktop build and I've done a bit of modding. So my auto aim is now a lot clearer, you could say. It stands out a lot better. And that'll come up in, I don't think this game, but in the next 2 it'll come up. I've also been playing around with the camos. The camos are a certain file type that's a bit difficult to open and save. My first attempts to modify my Togs camo ended in a bit of a disaster. I just broke the game. But I've finally figured out the correct way to go about things. And followers on my Twitter account might be aware of my Baby Blue KV2. I've been playing around with some Soviet camos for that thing. Starting to come together, starting to look quite good. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of these around as well. And finally, regarding the matchmaker, I was still under the impression, as of last episode, that mobile and PC players were lumped into one. I'd forgotten that I'd read when Blitz was first released on PC that these things were going to be separate, that the 2 servers were supposed to be separate. A lot of you guys are saying you were told the same thing. And as I hadn't noticed any difference in the matchmaker, I was still seeing the same people in game, it appeared. There was no extra wait time, as you might expect from a server that maybe less populated, less popular. I just assumed that I was still playing against mobile players. So, just to clear things up, I asked Ozan, Asia's server producer and star of the fantastic video series Blitz to Meet You. You should definitely check that out if you want Blitz gossip. I asked him for clarification, said what's the deal with this matchmaker, because there is still a bit of confusion. At least I was still confused. And he said, look, it's definitely separate. He went back and asked people in the know, apparently. He said, if you are playing by yourself, you should never see mobile players. You should only playing against PC players. And I said, what about if you are platooned with a mobile player? Because I can still do that. I can still play with exactly the same people as before. He said, I better ask for clarification myself on that. He came back and I thought he said, because I asked twice, I was sure he said that if you platoon with a mobile player, then the mobile player will always be dragged into the PC matchmaker. Okay, fair enough. But then this weekend, whilst I was playing a bunch of games with Rich, one of the guys in my new clan, Grump, we played, what were we playing? Tier 9, I was in the Centurion. We both might have been in the Centurion. And who should be on the Reds team but Bushka and I think it was Josh 8. T54 and T30 I think they were in. Played the game, it was a tough one. Bushka tried to ram me to death. Didn't work, we ended up winning, which was good. And then I thought afterwards, wait a minute, I'm playing on the Mac, Richard's playing on his mobile device, I think it's on an iPad. I know Bushka plays on a mobile device. Josh does too. How is it that I am in the same matchmaker in the same games as these guys? It should never happen, or at least the way it was explained to me, it should never happen. They all seem to think that I must have misheard and that you can actually be pulled in with mobile players on a PC if you platoon with a player who plays on one. So I don't know, I need more clarification because at the moment it's still clear as mud to me. So let's get an official response on this, please, because I'm confused. Moving up to tier 7 now for the second game in the Derp Monster, the SU-152 on the new Mirage map. Shout out to Sonda from the Falcons of War clan in that last match. I'm sorry, that was the gameplay I decided to show with you in it. The team got absolutely rickrolled and there wasn't much you were going to be able to do to stop that in a stock AT8. Bad luck, mates. Now, this entire team is going to head out towards the dunes, and I didn't have a lot of faith in the outcome in this game. Giving up that central high ground, I figured we were going to get sniped to death. But the team holds it together quite well. You're going to see my modification I made to the auto aim indicator in this game, although I don't really use it properly. In fact, I don't use it at all. You can also see I've changed the central marker there to a simple triangle. I got rid of that stupid circular icon that doesn't do anything and it annoys me no end. You don't know how much time I've wasted over the past couple of years photoshopping that icon out of my YouTube thumbnails. It's such a relief to be able to do that now in game and not have to worry about it in post-production. So we're all at the dunes. Flankers have gone ahead. We've got a good spacing of guys, although our ISU in the center of the map there, what is he doing? This was what I was worried about. There's a hold down T-34 there. Very good spot for that tank. Commanding position. Two heavies up there and the enemy RU-251 has flanked around to our spawn. Very worried. But haven't been spotted yet. Let's see if that T-34 is going to crest again. That is not a proper hold down position. I swapped to AP at the last moment. I have to maximise that damage and it does go through. That's a low damage roll, only 550. Take what you can get though. RU-251 moving through. He's going to go on the other side of the dune there, so no shot. But he quickly bites off more than he can chew. He's going to hightail it out. Levet to my right. Plenty of forces to my left. Just waiting for opportunities. Someone is capping, giving away their flanking maneuver. So I'm pivoting back to respond to that. Who is it? Tier 6 Korimori Mine. Sideways to me. HE again. Better damage roll this time. Slightly above average, I think. It's hard to tell. The icons aren't big enough in these replays. I can't see what's going on. I can't read names or vehicle names. So I'm going to attempt to auto aim against this Tiger 2 here. Right there, target locked, but this hill in front of me is blocking that shot, and I derp it into the hill behind those heavies. No joy. What's the Tiger 6 doing? Again, lock that target, but he goes down quick. What's left? We're up 2 tanks. VK36A1H through his roof. Another good damage roll. And now this game is over. The Reds are all... Somehow they've managed to get themselves pinned in the low ground after holding the high ground. Unlucky. Take out the Tiger 2 first. Much dangerous target. What's left? That IS-3 is not going to last long. Target the ISU because I want maximum damage. Look at this poor VK. Dancing back and forth. Leave me alone. Maximise the damage output on that ISU. Swap to the VK now. But the Lerva is going for the ram. Job done. Second glass in the Confederate for that little game. 3k damage, near enough, coming out on top. 3k damage with only 7 shots fired. 32,000 credits and 1.5k XP. Third and final game is in the mighty JP2. This is the second German Tier 8 tank destroyer. Kicks like an absolute mule. Has a great combination of speed, maneuverability and damage output. Really enjoying this thing now after a very shaky start. The crew's finally maxed out and it is performing as I expected. I'm with Bushka in the T44. We're on Himmelsdorf, and again you can see another modification I've made here to the reticule in the center, running a Call of Duty style neon blue pip just for lols. Really enjoying modding these game files. Now we're going to see proper use of the auto aim here in this first engagement against that very unfortunate Comet. Trade blows. I don't know if it was my shot there that did any damage. I think I just tracked him. Anyway, he's a one-shot kill now, so I'm going to barrel in, making sure there's no one else around. I know I can hit this guy anywhere on the front and it'll go through. So auto aim, swing around, bang, and we move on, no problem. No one else spotted, and that's this flank secure. You do see that quite a bit here on Himmelsdorf. Lone mediums blundering forward without any consideration to what the rest of their team is doing, and just getting annihilated. Reds are pushing heavily too though. They're already at our spawn. Second target acquired. Tier 6 Russian heavy tank, T150. What he's doing, but he's not going to get that turret around in time for a shot. 2-shot kill. Who else is around? Defender in the middle. Is he paying attention to me? No. Yes, he's pulling back, and little jiggle there of the hull. Man, I didn't get a shot off. That's okay. Element of surprise there is ruined, so leave that guy for the moment. Try and swing round and respond to this big push here by the Reds against our Panther, is it? Whatever it is not going to last. Cromwell it was. Defender from a different angle. He's not looking my way, so whack through the front. Bushka is pushing round behind the cappers, or that defender who's on cap. Big hit on the IS as he pauses here to take a shot with his T43. He's still sitting there looking for the shot. 2 hits with an engine fire. Probably unlucky there not to finish that guy off. And he didn't even get that shot off. Not worth it. Bushka takes out the defender. And charge forward here and try and take out these guys. Look out. KV3. More than capable of penetrating the front to a lower plate of this machine. Donked that shot on the M4, but we'll see him again later. Now, yes, he's fired, but he's gonna get away. That IS isn't though. I actually tried to swap 2 HE rounds there, but accidentally hit a PCR. Slight overkill. Now we dance KV3. Ugh, bounced off his ass. Try and bait a shot. Yes, no, take the shot. Crash, whatever. M4's back. Not this time, my friend. Kill number 4. He did donkey shot in the end. Bushka's in, and that's all she wrote. But he's going to get one more shot away, which is annoying. Come on. Trade shots, but still, good result. Check out the damage on this one. Really covered the rest of our team. Mastery, Radley's Top Gun Crucial. They're 4k damage, 2.5 for Bushka, 1 for the IS, and nothing for the rest of the team. Moral support only. And that's it. That's where I'll leave you guys. Today, as I record this, is the 3rd of May, which means tomorrow is the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. And of course, update day 2.9 is dropping, which means we're getting the new Black Goldville map, which looks great. A bunch of nerfs and buffs to various machines. New camo system, or at least a modification of the camo system. And of course, +1, -1 matchmaker. Interesting times ahead. and lots to cover in future episodes. So until then guys, good luck in game, and I'll catch you all in 2.9. Peace.